Hello everyone, I'm Master Wabbit, and welcome to the State of the Wabbit Address. Around the midway point of each year, as well as near the end of it, I take this opportunity to reflect on the past several months and detail what's ahead in the future. And this one is going to be a doozy because there's some relatively big announcements, but first, the past. Recently, I've been pushing the Twitch recorded VODs of my streams onto my YouTube page, mostly for archival reasons. Not really expecting a bunch of views onto them, hardly anyone's stream VODs are popular enough on their own, but I do see that they've been getting some views here and there. For those of you just putting it on for background noise or catching up on what I do, I thank you. Also, my Destiny 2 The Final Shape mini-series is going to conclude this coming weekend. A few of you have been watching these videos as far as I can tell. However, it is odd that some of the higher view counts are on videos midway through the series. It's not like it starts high and goes low. It's more like 1 or 2, 57, 1 or 2, 47. It's weird. I have no clear answer for that one. And to clarify, this is the last Destiny 2 video series from me. At least that's what I've planned. I'm enjoying the episodes on my own time, and it feels right to me that I should record my reactions to the grand finale of a 10-year saga and make that a stopping point for covering what's going on in the game. Other content creators are much better at covering the game in a myriad of ways that I am not. So it's fine that I just don't worry about getting big in that scene. And speaking of getting big in terms of channel growth, that's not really happening, but it's also not shrinking. I guess I'm just a small community kind of creator, right? Nothing wrong with that. Now for the future. Of course, Splatoon 3 Splatfest are going to keep happening at least for the next couple of months. I'll keep covering them as best I can. But that's not the big news. Well, there's two big announcements. It's no surprise that I'm currently addicted to Final Fantasy XIV, and the latest expansion, Dawn Trail, is coming out in early access in a few days. The first big announcement is this: the Dawn Trail streaming schedule. Starting just before 5 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I will be live on my Twitch channel that Friday and playing Final Fantasy XIV for those first few hours. And then later in that evening at 6 p.m., I'll stop the stream because I'll need a nap because 5 a.m. is not part of my circadian rhythm. It's going to be a 6 p.m. stream, most likely starting MSQ, a main story quest line, for a couple of hours. And then it is going to be a 2-stream-a-day schedule for the following week. Possibly 2. Further updates as needed on that. Currently, the plan is noon Eastern Daylight Time for 4 hours, start stream, take a 2-hour offline break, and then starting again around 6 p.m. EDT going into the night. Now, why split it up into 2 streams? Well, for one, it keeps archival VODs on my YouTube channel to a reasonable length. I also need to eat dinner and make sure that I cook a decently healthy meal, right? That's kind of important. One thing to note is that July the 4th is a national holiday, so there are no planned streams that day. There may be one. Check my social media for further details whenever we get closer to that date. The second big announcement relates to a convention I'm attending in July, DokidoCon 2024, July 19th through the 21st. I'm going to be there enjoying the sights, the sounds, and panels of this wonderful con that is run by the same people who did Doki's Winterfest last New Year's Eve. I very much enjoyed that convention. It was the first year that they ever ran it. It was a relatively small convention in a very large space. This is going to be a big convention in the same space, and it's gonna be wild. Oh, and speaking of panels, I am running one on that Saturday on the rules to Riichi Mahjong. It should be a very educational panel on one of the most complicated tabletop games. Right. That is all I have to share for now. There's other stuff in the pipeline, but with preparations for both Dawn Trail and DokidoCon occupying a lot of my spare time, all that stuff's gonna have to wait, right? I'll get to it when I get to it. But Until next time, everybody, take care.